everyone, welcome back to a new video. Today is day 6 of our DSA in Python, and after learning how to reverse a number, now we will see how to verify if number is palindrome or not. Okay, so we know that what is a palindrome number? A palindrome number is a number which is when reversed. Okay, so that number will be equal to the original number. Let's say we have 1 2 2 1. Okay, so if I find the reverse of it, I will get 1 2 2 1 only. So this is a palindrome number. Okay, so in this question we have to find if the number given to us is a palindrome number or not, and if it is a palindrome number, then we need to return true, otherwise we need to return false. Okay, so now there are some condition given to us, like we have 121. Okay, so in this condition 121 when reversed will give us 121 only. Okay, so that is a palindrome number. Now let's say we have minus 121. So in this condition, when we are reversing the value, we will get 1 to 1 and then minus will come in the back, right? So this is not a palindrome number. So here we know that if now after seeing this example we come to know that if the number is going to be negative, it will never be a palindrome number, right? So directly what we can check, if the number which is given is less than 0, it is a we can return false directly, right? Also this is a Leetcode problem. Okay, and I will be mentioning this question link in the description. You can start solving from there. And I guess if you are new to DSA, this is going to be a first Leetcode problem. So you can break the ice by solving this problem, and best of luck while solving the Leetcode problems. It is a very good platform and you will learn a lot from that. Okay, so now what we can say, the negative numbers will never be a palindrome number. Okay, so we will check only for the positive numbers. So if number is greater than 0, greater than or equals to, because 0 is the possible palindrome number, right? So if number is greater than 0, then only we need to check that the number is palindrome or not. Okay, now how do we check a palindrome number? We will basically reverse it, right? We need to reverse it. So the code that we wrote in our reverse means while we were reversing a number, we can write it there simply, right? So what we can write, first of all I will need to store this number in a temporary variable, because while I am making changes in the number only, if I am making changes in the number, then what will happen, at the last what I will get number as 0. So I will not be able to check and compare if the original number and the number that I am forming, the reverse number, is equal or not. So for that what I will do, I will use a temporary variable to store the number. Okay, so I am storing the number in temporary and I will perform iteration on this number only now. So what we have to do, we will check while temp is greater than 0, and then what we will do, we will see take the digit. So d is equals to temp mod 10, and then how we were reversing the digits, we were initializing reverse with 0, and then we were doing reverse is equals to reverse multiply by 10 plus d. Okay, so this is how we will get a reverse number, and we need to get the quotient of that temporary variable every time, right? So this will return the reverse number. Now what we will check out of the loop, we will check if the number that is formed, that is reverse number. So if reverse is equals to num, then we will print true, otherwise we will print false. Now while solving the question in the Leetcode, what will happen, they will have given you a function. Okay, so you cannot directly print the value there, you will have to return a value. So instead of writing this print false or print true, what you need to do here is this will be replaced by return true. So here you will be returning a boolean value. Okay, remember that you need to keep this t as caps, because if you are changing it to small t, then you will have to treat it as a string, and the value that the driver code will be expecting will be capital T, because the return type will be boolean there. Okay, so remember this and return capital T there. Okay, and for false also it will be return capital FALS. Okay, so this is how we will reverse a number and we will check if the number is palindrome or not. Okay, and now there is also one more way. Okay, so like what we were doing here, we were simply checking for doing the reverse of the number, right? But when we will move on to string, we will see one more approach where we will be like iterating on that number only. First we will change the number into string and then we will use index values. Okay, so when we will study string, there we will see palindrome question again, and there you can learn one more approach to solve palindrome problems. Okay, so for this for right now, this is the only approach that is required. So now let's move on to the code editor and we will solve this problem. So let's see the code now. Okay, so what I will do, first I will check if the number is greater than 0 or not. So if num is less than or less than 0, actually we have been given x here, right? So if x is less than 0, then what we need to do, we need to return false simply. Otherwise, else we will be performing some steps here, right? So first we will assign this value into temp, while temp is greater than 0, we will get d is equals to temp mod 10, and in reverse is equals to reverse multiply by 10 then temp is equals to temp by 10, right? So this is how we are getting the reverse number. We need to initialize the reverse here, so I will initialize it here. Now what I will do, I will check if reverse is equals x, then I need to return true, right? Otherwise I need to return false. So now let's try to run it. So the sample test cases are passed. Let's try to submit it. So this code has been accepted. So now we know how to solve problems related to palindrome number. So now let's see what is an Armstrong number. After palindrome number, we will be solving this question, and let's see what we will be doing in this question. This is for sure that we will need to extract digits. Okay, and we will be using the same way like we did in the palindrome and the reverse number. Like almost the pattern will be same. Now the question is, what is an Armstrong number? Okay, so Armstrong number is a number in which we find the sum of digits, okay, raised to the kth power. And what is this k? K is the number of digits in that number. Now let's say we have 323, okay, just for an example. Now this will only be an Armstrong number when I do 3 power 3 plus 2 power 3 plus 3 power 3 and I get the sum as 323. If the sum of this number is such that the digits raised to the power k is equals to the original number, then only it is an Armstrong number. Okay. So now we have been given an example here that we have 371. Okay. So when we will do 3 part 3 plus 7 part 3 plus 1 part 3. So 1 part 3 is 1, 3 part 3 is 27 and 7 part 3 is 343, I guess. So the sum here, yeah, we are getting is 371. So this is what we are supposed to do. Okay, like if we have a 4-digit number, let's say 444. So we need to check with the fourth part. Okay, so basically what we need to do, we need to have a count of the number of digits present, and then we need to use that number of digits to raise that to every digit and find the sum. Okay, so this is what we are supposed to do in this question. Okay, so first what we will do, we will start it with the iteration, and in this also I will be using a temporary variable to store the n value so that I don't lose the original value. Okay, so I will start iterating and I will check if temp is greater than 0, and I need to store the count also. So for that I will take C, and now what I will do, I will do C++, and then I will update the value of temp every time, right? So temp is equals to temp divided by 10, right? And after this loop I will be getting the count of digits. Now after that what I need to do, I will be assigning the n value to temp again, because after this the temp will become 0, right? So I need to reinitialize this. I will reinitialize it with the help of the original value. So I will reinitialize it with n, and in order to store the sum I will need a variable, right? So for that I am using s here. Now we will be extracting the digit in the same way. While temp is greater than 0, we will get the digit d is equals to temp mod 10, and now what we will do, we will take the par, right? So for par what we will do, s is equals to, we need to store that par, so store it in such a way that it is getting sum with the previous value. So for that only we are using s is equals to s plus, here we will do d par c, right? C is the count of the digit, and then we will again do temp is equals to temp divided by 10. So now out of this loop I will get the sum as the required answer, right? If it is equal to n or not. So in order to check that, what I will do, I will check if s is equals to n, then I will print true, otherwise I will print false. So this part of code is getting repeated like from the reverse number, I guess. Reverse number also we were extracting digit in palindrome. It is the derivation only of the reverse number, and for Armstrong number also we are using this code snippet, right? So you need to understand the working of this, because you will be coming across a lot of more question where you need to extract the digit, and the number of digit or the count of the number of digits that is present in the number is not known to you. So please understand this part of code and try running some of the examples so that you can have a good idea of how to extract digits where the number of digits are not known. Okay, so now let's move on to the code editor and we will see how this code works. So let's see the code now. Okay, so first what we will do here, we will take number as input. So I have taken n as input. Now I will assign n to temporary variable and I will initialize a value to keep a count, right? So we have two values now. Now in a while loop, we will check the length or the total number of digits present. So what we will do, we will check while temp is greater than 0, and every time we will iterate, we will keep the count, right? So temp. Now again this will give us C, right? Now what we need to do, we need to means our temp will become 0 again, so we need to reinitialize temp, and also we will need a variable to store the sum of the digits, right? So we will store that in S, and we will reassign temp, and S will be initialized with 0. So this part of code will be repeated again. Here we will take the digit d is equals to n mod 10, and then S plus is equals to d bar c, right? So we will be getting the whatever par it is required, it will take to that, and now we will check the condition, right? So if S is equals n, then print. We are printing the values here because we have not been provided any function to return, right? So we will be simply printing the values, else we will print false. So now let's try to run it. So the sample test case is a pass. Let's try to submit it. Okay, something went wrong here. So the mistake I did here was, instead of temp I used n, it will be temp. Now let's try to submit it again. I need to remove this. Remember, in this in this code editor, while running the program, comment out the console whatever you are trying to print, okay, for code debugging, because otherwise it will show error. So this code has been accepted. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching, and these are the two problems that we have solved today. We will be solving a lot more questions in the upcoming videos, but for today this is it, and let's meet in the new video. If you found this video helpful, please let me know in the comments, and in case you have any doubts, please let me know in the comments too, so I can clarify it more. Also, in order to continue with me in this coding journey, please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification so you will be notified every time I post a new video. Thank you for watching.